I'd been promoted maybe an hour before, but it still felt like I was following Baker around. It's probably for the best at the time.
How much more resistance did you encounter?
Mostly just the pockets of scared crowds that fled during the assault on the train yards. It wasn't easy to find them in all those back alleys and side streets. It's hard to imagine people lived in half the places we were standing on.
McCrary, stay with them! All right, we're going to attack in 2 separate routes and meet back at the plaza. No point in wasting a bunch of words. Let's just get this done.
It went in and out, I think. Crowds weren't supposed to shoot at me. Little bastards. Ah, hurts like a son of a bitch.
Hello, welcome everyone. This is Cavalier Astoria, and today we are continuing on with Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood.
Campbell! Forward! Medic!
So, yeah, we're just continuing on clearing out the town of Carentan, which I've kind of talked about in Road to Hill 30. Most of the fighting was already done by this point, and I think there is very limited, if any, fighting at all in Carentan. Nope, that's not the way to go. Get the assault team up there. Nope. Guys, go there.
Keep up the fight!
Alright, we got him. So, we'll go ahead and have the fire team move up. And, yeah, close quarters combat, especially in World War II, was just a nightmare. Like, it was quite possibly one of the worst places you could have to fight in, is just in a city. And you can see that with the current Ukraine war. But, yeah, like, city fighting, just overall, really, really bad place to be at. So with that, we'll go ahead and call everyone up, and then we'll go ahead and just keep moving around.
Campbell! Medic! Double gun, Campbell! Medic! Heavy base of fire! There! Now!
Oh. Guess these guys decided to try to charge us. Not exactly the smartest thing for them to do, but move over there. I did kind of point this out where, well, of course you're out in the open. You're standing in the open. Yeah, I kind of mentioned this in the last episode. There seems like the AI, the enemy AI, follows like a very specific pattern. Like if you do an action, they will do something else, which most of the time is pretty dang good. Except for you have situations like that where they like stupidly charge you for no apparent reason. But yeah, so sometimes you can just trick the AI into being able to take them out, so. Which I'm willing to forgive because this is a 2005 game where you have basically like AI just was not as good as it eventually would become. So like if this was like released in like today, I would be criticizing this game a lot more. But because it's, you know, a relatively old game, I'm gonna forgive it a lot more. Get the fire team over there. Okay.
Get the hell over there!
I think that was just one of them trying to flank over.
Roger that! Taking fire! Attack them! Got it!
Okay. But I've actually kind of always liked how the teams will kind of like separate themselves, especially in this scenario. We got two guys who are going to use this car as cover, and then we have one guy peeking around the corner, which is exactly what you would do. No, I'm going to try to jump over. Crouch jump. Nope. Well, unfortunately, there's not really a flank. This is when we start to run into problems with game design because, well, level design, because, there's not really a flank unless if we backtrack all the way around. But, yeah, we just gotta just go forward. So with that, we will move myself. Move myself up. And with that, we'll go ahead and have the fire team shift fire to there. Assault team move there. Meanwhile, I say we requisition this MG-42 for the glorious United States Army. Alright.
Campbell! Bring it in! Go! Paddock! Heavy base of fire! There! Now! Roger, no!
Okay. I think we got them all.
Campbell! Get over it! Paddock! I need you all here now!
Now, I kind of mentioned this with the first episode, but this game is really loud, and for some reason they don't have an audio control. Like, you can't adjust the volume. And depending on the mission, it's either bad or really bad. And this is one of the missions where it's really bad, especially if you're in the tight corners. You can barely hear yourself talk.
There are Germans all over the area, and they got a tank. We've been running.
Of course they got a tank.
Split up. They have to before we can do anything else. Had no fucking idea. Baker! Shit! Get in that house! Paddock! Get up here! Let's go!
Alright, let's have the assault team move around. Fryer, you might want to get back here.
Stay with me! Let's go! Campbell! I need you all here now! I'm under some fire here!
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. They blow a little hole in this section, so now we have to...
Paddock! Campbell! Move your Paddock! Heavy base
We now have to move around. Okay. So with that, we're just gonna... Go, 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 go. Now normally with that one, you would never ever cross in front of your guys firing, but thankfully this is a video game where realism doesn't always matter. Of course, we got the Panzer Faust section. Come on, Red. Come on. I'm effectively using my squad as bait, but, yeah. Thankfully, in that position, suddenly the tank main cannon can no longer destroy cover. because thankfully it's a video game. Awesome. Meanwhile, we had Baker and Corian over there hiding in the building. Not really helping. But thanks, guys. At least he's bringing wine to make up for it.
Fucking close. I can barely hear anything. Jesus, Baker, this shit is drawn to you. This ringing in my ears is gonna drive me crazy.
I jumped under what I think was a table, and I found this. Figured you'd like to properly toast your promotion.
Yeah, sure. French wine is always good. But yeah, with that, we'll go ahead and back out. I think this is gonna be a relatively shorter mission, but I don't want to push the next one because, yeah, next one's Bopped. Bopped is, I think, gonna be a bigger mission. So let's actually talk a little bit about the Browning a bit. So yeah, I've kind of shit-talked this gun before in the past. It says it became a favorite weapon. It was not particularly well liked. In fact, a lot of guys hated being the Browning gunner because they were just targets for snipers and stuff. In fact, if you notice in this particular one, it doesn't have the bipod. It should have a bipod, but a lot of the soldiers actually took that off and basically just threw it away because it was a magnet for fire. Because it basically like told the enemy, hey, there's a guy with a automatic weapon here, you know, kill him. So a lot of guys just got rid of that bipod. Also, a lot of them got rid of the sling as well. It was designed by Browning, and I think this is just straight up wrong. So first things first, designed by John M. Browning. That's correct. John Moses Browning. But it was not a cross between a light machine gun and a heavy assault rifle. Because first things first, assault rifles didn't exist at this point. Although admittedly they could have existed with the M1 carbine if they decided to make it the select fire option. They instead deleted it during development of the M1 carbine in order to save on weight. But this was not an assault rifle. It was what we would call a battle rifle, which means a full-length cartridged rifle. It happened to also be an automatic rifle, but originally it was not really designed to be a light machine gun or really a heavy assault rifle either. It was designed to basically be like an anti-trench gun. Basically, the idea was you gave it to one soldier, he would walk across no man's land and provide walking fire for the rest of his guys. Whether or not that would have worked in World War I don't think it would have, because, you know, this is not out shooting a machine gun no matter what you do. But yeah, it's not really gonna outshoot a machine gun, but it was not designed to be a squad support weapon. Although it does say that it's an essential part of Allied squads that should be just US squads. The British, as far as I know, okay, I almost said that the British didn't use them. Chances are some random British unit somewhere used BARs, but, you know, they would have had the Bren gun instead. But yeah, it was mostly just US squads using it. It was a critical part of it, of a US squad, because it was really their only major automatic weapon that they had. Although it just says, although not initially issued to paratroopers on D-Day, I would hit X to doubt with that one, because it was a fundamental part of the squad. Every single squad had one BAR gunner. So yeah, about that, I'm actually wrong here, but not in the way that you would initially think, because I completely forgot this, but for D-Day, instead of getting a BAR in the airborne squads, they actually got a Browning, a full M1919A4 machine gun, like a straight up a belt-fed machine gun. So I completely forgot about that little bit. I was just going off of like normal U.S. Rifle squads in World War II, which did actually include the paratroopers for the longest time, except for on D-Day and earlier on in the war, where the paratroopers were actually issued machine guns instead of the BAR. So, yeah, they wouldn't have had the BAR. They would have had a much better weapon than the BAR, especially for a squad support weapon. Honestly, this is what they should have done for every single U.S. rifle squad, was not even bothering with BAR and just putting in the M1919. Yeah, sure, it's a lot heavier, but it's also a lot better. But yeah, back to the video. Although a lot of guys did scavenge them from gliders or landing troops, but I do like how it basically at least kind of contradicts itself in this, because it says not issued to paratroopers, but it says gliders. So that would be the glider troops, which were a fundamental part of the airborne divisions. They weren't paratroopers, but they were part of the airborne divisions. A very versatile weapon, the BAR can be fired from many positions, including shoulder, hip, and prone position, using a bipod attachment, which I've already said most soldiers actually got rid of because it was a bullet magnet, despite its limited 20-round clip, which was not great. The BAR became a weapon that Allied infantry swore on. I mean, it's a good weapon. It is actually a very good weapon for its initial designed purpose. And yeah, sure, the BAR was certainly a very good gun. Now, would I take it over, say, a Bren gun? Not a chance. I would rather have the Bren. I'd rather have an M1 Grand over the BAR, because the M1 Grand's lighter. Gonna be honest, if you don't have this bipod, like, you could pretty much throw accuracy out of the window with a full-length rifle cartridge, fully automatic weapon. If you don't have the bipod, you could basically throw accuracy out the window, so it's like, you might as well grab the lighter gun. But I mean, if you had nothing else, or if you didn't have a machine gun, it was not a great substitute, but it got the job done. That's about all I could say about it. Yeah, it's a high rate of fire. It is a perfect weapon to suppress the enemy. Yeah, I think they're glazing the Browning a bit too much. In fact, funny enough, I actually think it was mostly the upgrades done to it post World War I that actually made it worse, because in World War I it was very simple. It's basically this, but semi-fire and full auto, and that's it. It was a fairly simple gun, but then, you know, the U.S. Army started tacking a bunch of things on it. They put 2 different firing rates on it for some reason. But yeah, with that, that will actually be it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you liked and subscribed, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.